We're given f of x equals 5x minus 2 and g of x equals 4x plus 2. We want to determine each of the following. First, we have f of 1/4 plus g of 3. To find f of 1/4, we want to find the output of function f when the input is 1/4. To do this, we'll substitute 1/4 for x in function f. To find g of 3, we want to find the output of function g when the input is 3. To do this, we'll substitute 3 for x in function g. Once we find these function values, we'll then find the sum. So for f of 1/4, we'd have 5 times 1/4 minus 2, which I'll write as 5 over 1 times 1/4 minus 2, and then plus g of 3, which would be 4 times 3 plus 2. So again, looking at f of 1/4, nothing simplifies here. We'd have 5/4 minus 2, which I'll write as 5/4 minus 2 over 1. And then we have plus g of 3, which would be 12 plus 2, or 14. Now to find this difference here, we have to obtain a common denominator, which would be 4. We'll multiply 2 over 1 by 4 over 4. Notice how this is now 8/4. So if the denominator is now 4, the numerator would be 5 minus 8, which is negative 3. So we have negative 3/4 plus 14, which I'll write as 14 over 1. And again, we have to obtain a common denominator, which would be 4. So multiply 14 over 1 by 4 over 4. So we have a common denominator of 4. Our numerator is now going to be negative 3 plus 14 times 4, which is 56. So negative 3 plus 56, which would give us 53/4. So f of 1/4 plus g of 3 equals 53/4. Next we have g of 4 minus f of 1/10. Notice how function g is first this time. So to find g of 4, we'll substitute 4 for x in function g. And to find f of 1/10, we'll substitute 1/10 for x in function f. And then we'll find this difference. So for g of 4, we'd have 4 times 4 plus 2 minus, for f of 1/10, we'd have 5 times 1/10 minus 2, or 5 over 1 times 1/10 minus 2. So for g of 4, we would have 16 plus 2, that's 18, and then minus, then for f of 1/10, notice how the 5 and the 10 share a common factor of 5. There's 1 5 and 5 and 2 5s and 10. So this would be 1/2 minus 2, which I'll write as 1/2 minus 2 over 1. So we have 18, and then minus. To perform this subtraction, we have to obtain a common denominator, which would be 2. Multiply 2 over 1 by 2 over 2. So the denominator of this difference would be 2. The numerator would be 1 minus 4, which would be negative 3. So we have 18, which I'll write as 18 over 1. And then subtracting a negative is the same as adding a positive. This will be plus 3/2. Obtaining a common denominator, which would be 2, we multiply 18 over 1 by 2 over 2. So our denominator is now 2. The numerator would be 18 times 2, that's 36, plus 3, that'd be 39. So we have 39/2 for the value of g of 4 minus f of 1/10. Next we have f of 1/2 times g of 2. So we'll substitute 1/2 for x in function f, and substitute 2 for x in function g, and then find the product. So for f of 1/2, we'd have 5, or 5 over 1, times 1/2 minus 2 times g of 2, which would be 4 times 2 plus 2. 5 times 1/2 would be 5 halves. So we have 5 halves, and then minus, I'll write 2 over 1. And then times, 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 is 10. Let's go ahead and find this difference here. The common denominator is 2. Multiply by 2 over 2 here. So for f of 1/2, the denominator is now 2. The numerator is 5 minus 4, which is 1. So that difference is 1/2 times 10, or times 10 over 1. Common factor of 2. There's 1, 2, and 2, and 5 2s and 10. So multiplying, we have 5 over 1, or just 5. So f of 1/2 times g of 2 equals 5. And now for our last example, we have g of 4 divided by f of 2. So we'll substitute 4 for x in function g, and 2 for x in function f, and then find this quotient. So g of 4 would be 4 times 4 plus 2, and f of 2 would be 5 times 2 minus 2. So we have 16 plus 2, that's 18, divided by 5 times 2 minus 2 is 8. 18/8 does simplify. These two share a common factor of 2. So we can divide the numerator and denominator by 2, which would give us 9/4. So g of 4 divided by f of 2 equals 9/4. I hope you found this helpful.